after this short intermission.
In order to have anything in this world, you must speak up on it. In order to have anything in this world, you must speak up on it.
Oh, that Givenchy and Versace, she don't want it. She like it hot just like a coffee in the morning. And if you want it, then you gotta speak up on it. Said if you want it, then you better speak up on it. 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 Said if you want it, then you better speak up on it. Said if you want it, then you gotta speak up on it.
All right, we back. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?
What's up, brother? All good, all good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wealth Wednesdays, we back, y'all. And oh man, we're gonna talk some little thing. We're gonna get into that for y'all who's chiming in for the Wealth Wednesday. That's cool. We're gonna speak on that. We're gonna do it. We're just gonna touch on a few other little subjects prior to, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna help everybody out here. We had our first Wealth Wednesday show last Wednesday, so if you need to see that, and go back and log on to the channel and rewatch it. It's available for you. And basically, I'll touch on some of the things we talked about. We just basically put the chart up there to show you the breakdown of how your credit is judged and what percentage that is. And then DMAC touched a little bit on life insurance for you that are out there and do not have life insurance. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you really need to get. Once again, we will always tell you this is something that you should do for yourself and not have people after you're gone having to scrounge and get it all divvy up to bury your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Is that real talk, D-Mac?
That's real talk. That's,
Okay.
that's
All
well,
right.
and it's
So,
different. It's different ways you can do it, and the insurance carriers, they send out the money very quickly, and you can arrange it with the funeral home. You take the policy down there, and they kind of put if because if you don't get the money right away, which sometimes it takes a few days or a week or so, just depending on a few things, but you can take the policy down to the funeral home, and they will basically put a lien on their part of it, for whatever the funeral cost is, so that the insurance, when the insurance does pay out, it pays them directly. So, good.
absolutely. Here, we're gonna touch on it a little bit more as we get on in the show. Anyways, let's talk about a few things. Hey, we had a historical thing that happened. Uh, I guess it happened yesterday. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen for you guys. And this is the first time. Let me see here. Let's see, where do I have it? Let's see. First time in the Power Four, we have a all black, coaching cast. Where the head coach is black, the OC is black, and the DC is black.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, wonder who could that be? Who out here is making moves like that?
Who's making moves?
Who's making moves like that? In the college world, other than this guy right
Mississippi
here.
Valley State.
Yeah. Only thing about it, they might have it, but they ain't Power Forward.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? That's what we say HBCUs.
right.
We said in the Power Four. Where it's never now. Isn't that amazing? That all these years that college football has been around, that this has never came to fruition. Where you have
That's crazy.
you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And I love it, man, because a lot of people say a lot of things, but Mr. Primetime,
Yes, sir.
there he is. Boom. How y'all like that? First Power Four to have head coach, offensive coordinator, and a defensive coordinator. What about that, man? What you got to say about that, D Mac?
I First off, congratulations to all three of them brothers for making history. Um, the other thing I have to say about it is that's a damn shame.
Isn't it?
That's a damn shame.
What year is this? 2026?
2026. Are you guys fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? that this is the first time, and we touched on it. We touched on it a few weeks ago, talking about black offensive coordinators,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the National Football League.
Right.
Eric Bieniemy is got 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 back with the Chiefs, so that's there. But he's the only one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's the offensive side. The defensive side seems to have their fair share of black coaches on the defensive side as far as some coordinators, but for some reason the offensive side just doesn't pick it up. But it's something wrong. It's something wrong there. It's
Yeah.
something. And the fact that this is the first time,
Well, yeah, we just didn't get a black president until what 2008. Shit. I mean,
hey, true that, bro. And don't hold your breath on the next one
Yeah,
either.
we may never get another one.
Don't hold your
Shit.
breath on the next
Hey man, shit, we still ain't got a black owner in the NFL, do we? Well, I guess
And
you could say Magic is part owner in a
one. Yeah,
group,
yeah,
and
not
that'll
right?
never happen.
not a majority owner.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
gets
So shit,
5%, and that's about it.
absolutely. So you know what I mean? Damn, I guess uh, bakers can't be choosy. I guess that's how they look at it. Shit,
Hey, baby steps, right? Baby
baby
steps.
steps. Yeah, that's what it is. Baby steps.
Happy with the steps we made and keep on pushing it.
Baby steps, baby steps. Look here, this is the Kind K Show as we speak up on it. We do it Monday through Friday at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Hey, join if you haven't already joined YouTube or Rumble. Join YouTube or Rumble and subscribe to the show. We appreciate it. Give us a like, give us a comment. We appreciate how you feel about the show. Some things, leave it. Let us know some things that you have issues with. Maybe we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? So
If you
it's
got
always be
issues
out there
with
for
something on the program, go watch another fucking show. It's,
I told y'all, man. If you just get this guy a little time,
it
he
ain't
gonna
like
he
we
ain't
got
gonna
a. It
he ain't
ain't
gonna
like we got a
disrupt.
crack staff working for us. We get our information on our own knowledge. Goddamn it!
That's
Go
good.
watch Club Shay Shay if you want to get
He
all
ain't
that.
been
Yeah.
on. He ain't been on in a few days, y'all. He got something to get off his chest
Got a
now.
whole lot to get off my chest.
Oh man, shit. You know how that shit go, man. Shit. You know. But yeah. So, anyways, it was what was some little shit we want to touch on. Oh well, TM wanted to touch on the bike, but we're gonna talk about that. Maybe we do that on Freedom Friday because that'll be a good Freedom Friday subject. TM, we
For
get
which
your
one to fight?
yeah that women's
Yeah,
boxing
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I need some time on that one.
Need some research done.
So,
It needs some research done.
yeah, because yeah.
Okay.
Hey, well, check. Well, real quick though, did you hear about Sacramento State's football team or the sports program?
I
Yeah,
did hear that they had to pay out or
They
something.
they,
Or
they made a deal with the devil.
Yeah, they made a bad. I mean, everybody says economically down the road it'll work out for them, but for
Mhm.
these 5 years, it ain't working out.
They're,
Shit.
hey, they gonna go so far in the hole. It's like they took on that attitude is uh, got to spend money to make money.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
that's
for the next, they they joined the MAC conference, right? And part of that deal, they have to pay to get in it first off, and pay for a few years, and and they have to pay for the entire trip for every MAC team that comes to play them
right.
at their place. They have to pay for it.
I don't know why they would join. Anyways, because do you see where they're located compared to where
Yeah,
the rest of the goddamn league is at?
I don't understand.
They got to trap. They're the only ones who got to do their fucking travel when they got the.
And
Everybody else is kind of like next door to each other. They got to travel all across the damn globe just to
and
play
even
stuff.
in their home games, they got to pay for the other team to travel.
Yeah,
Right, and they paid 32 million, I believe it was, just to get in the damn conference,
yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand where that benefits.
and they don't make any money. They're not going to make any money the first 5 years
They
from
get no
any.
TV revenue.
They
No
get no
TV.
yeah, they get no revenue for the first 5 years on anything.
That is a deal with the devil, ain't it? Shit.
Yeah, man. I pulled that up Took a picture of it on my phone. Meant to send it to you guys. We can talk about it. But yeah, I don't get it. I'm not. I'm. We talking about financial literacy anyway. So
Yeah.
let's
Might as well, hey, look here.
Let's start right
What a
there.
good segue to get into it. Shit.
yeah, let's go on a bigger scale.
Yeah, well, y'all.
What I want to know the financial people there that saw this down the line as something that's good. I don't
Yeah,
get it.
I'm hearing that they got $50 million for NIL deals to pay, and I'm like, first of all, this is Sacramento State. Sacramento State.
Yeah.
Sacramento State.
And that maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get themselves bigger and better and say, hey, we're in the MAC. We're going to be on TV, because the MAC conference start in the middle of the season. Come middle of the season, they playing on Tuesday and Wednesday nights on ESPN,
Right.
So maybe they trying to get some, but they don't get none of the TV revenue.
Sacramento State.
Right.
I
All right,
just
that's enough of that shit. They can fuck that. I don't want to hear them about that shit. All right, Wednesday.
let's
There we
talk.
go. There we go. Wealth Wednesdays, people. For you guys, is
Somebody
looking for.
get somebody from Sacramento State on here real quick.
Sacramento State.
Okay, Wealth Wednesdays, people. This is what we this is something new that we brought to the channel. We started this last week. We did a little introductory thing.
The whole
last week.
Sacramento State is listening.
Hey, look here. I doubt it, Tim. I doubt it. But anyways, what I want to do is we're gonna do this step by step, and as people start to join in, we'll get more in depth where you guys can ask questions, and I'll answer the questions for you if you have questions about it. And I'm just gonna dispel a few of these credit myths people always seem to have. Bingo. Cash is king. No, cash is not king. Cash is not king. I don't care what nobody tell you. Cash is not king.
Why it's not king?
Man, because credit is king. That's why it is. Credit is king. Look here. It's like this. Anytime you use your credit card, right? Depending on what kind of credit card you get, and if you're set up on a good structure and good plan, you subscribe to certain credit card companies and get certain cards. You get rewards for using your credit cards, right? And this is also the way how you increase your credit limit, right? So you can have as much cash as you want, but you can always have more credit than you have cash. Think about how the world is in a debt right now of what? I forget what I forget what it is lately. But they're up there, please. And they are still functioning as if they're, as if they shit don't stink, I should just say. Right?
Absolutely.
Right. And they do all this with what? Credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leveraging. You have to learn how to leverage.
38 trillion.
38 trillion. That's what America's in debt right now. Right? And they do everything with leveraging credit. The most wealthiest people don't use cash. They use credit. Right? You can see people live a whole lifetime without ever using their cash. That's in their bank, and they always use their credit to do everything, right? And they don't even pay it, even when some of the people who go gambling, and they get these large markers, right?
Yeah.
And they always in debt, right? And when they win, they pay some marks off, and then they get another marker for a higher event.
Right.
More. Right. So that just tells you right then and there that cash is not king, credit, because once you spend the cash, it's gone. There's no way in the world they're gonna give you. They say, okay, you go to the bank and you put $8 in, and next week or 6 weeks later, especially with the interest, they was 0.1%, 1%, whatever. If that, you're gonna come back with $80 in 30 days or 6 months or whatever. It's not gonna. That's not the way it goes. So credit is king. So that's one myth, right?
Right.
Always credit. Oh, matter of fact, old folks used to tell you back in the day, your parents used to, your grandmother, boy, don't you go out there and get no credit cards. You know what I mean? You're going to get yourself in trouble getting them credit cards. Well, look here. Things just don't work like that. You don't have to work to pay shit off no more either. You know what I mean? Stop thinking that you got to own shit free and clear. I should have put that as a myth too. All right, here goes number 2. Boom. You should only use your credit card in case of an emergency. Wrong. Wrong. That's not what credit cards for. Credit cards are not in case of emergency. Credit cards help you build more wealth, like I explained to you before. You want to use your credit card as much as you can. Why? Why do you do that, Kai? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the more you use it, and the more debt you carry. Remember, I told you about. We talked about this last week. Owning debt rather than owing debt. When you own debt, you can build it up to be for your credit limit to expand to get larger amounts of credit. That you can buy more things, right? You don't never want to pay your credit card. Well, I'm getting to that anyways. Let me go to that before I say that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, anyways, like I said, you should never just use your credit cards in case of emergency. They're there for an emergency if you have to use it, but you should use them all the time. Like I said, there are apps that are out there that when you use your card, you get points. You
Yeah.
get kickbacks, right?
Yep.
Even getting gas, you can get kickbacks. And what I mean by that is, if you go out and gas is $5, right? And you have a certain credit cards give you percentages back on the gas, so you're really not paying $5 for the gas. You might be paying $4.75 or $4.50 or $4.25. Certain
Yeah.
credit cards give you those type of advantages. That's why you should use certain cards at the pump. Certain cards at certain grocery stores give you can get more items for that. You get free items by using the card, building up the points. Sometimes you can trade your points in for cash, right? And get more items. So that's why you should always learn to use and leverage cash. That's about the power of leveraging. Number 3, it's bad to have a lot of credit cards. Negative. You can have a lot of credit cards. You just don't have to go crazy and go ham on them, like having a debt on all your credit cards, especially in the beginning when you're trying to establish credit. If you don't have anyone to help you and to give you some trade lines or whatever to wherever you can get to the better cards, and you have to start from the bottom with Discover and Capital One and the credit cards like that, or Credit One. Um, if you have to start with those type of cards, it's okay. Those cards carry a high
Interest
percentage
rate.
interest rate, but if you use them smartly, right, and you accrue a lot of them, that's the way you can get to the next level, to where you don't kind of put these down and use them sparingly, like once every 8 months, just to maintain them so your credit history continues to build. And but having a lot of credit cards is not. It's nothing wrong with having. I have 60 or 60 something credit cards, and I don't
Man.
use them all, but I have them. Okay,
Hey,
so
Kai,
yes, yes, sir.
what's in your wallet?
American Express.
It's carry around a portfolio.
Hey, it's American Express, and
Right.
yeah,
Never leave home without it.
yeah. Not that Capital One. I don't do the Capital One shit. American Express. I'm on a different tier, on a
You
different
got
level.
60 credit cards. You got a special wallet.
Oh man, shit. Hey, look here, man. When in the beginning, man, I was getting all the credit cards, man. I started off first.
Photo out.
Yeah. And if down at the bottom, there's a way that you can contact me at
Oh, rubber photo out,
consciouscreativeconcession.com.
holding it like a football.
Yeah. If you go to consciouscreativeconcession.com and subscribe and leave me a little, if you need some help, I can help you with these type of things. All right. So I'm gonna put those on the screen for you before we get up out of here. So, all right, that's 3. Cancel your card after you've paid it off. Never do that. Your points will go down considerably because you lose all your credit history when you do that. A lot of people they run their credit card up and they get into the 90% utilization range, and it's been tough trying to get these card offs. And so finally, when they pay it off, they say, I'm have no discipline in myself, so I have to pay it off. I'm just closing this sucker out, so I don't even have to use it no more. Well, when you close it out, you lose all that history that you paid that card off, and you're going to lose the credit with it. And your score is going to drop, and you're going to have to start all over again with another card. So do not cancel your cards when you pay them off, especially if you pay them off successfully. Okay. Number 5. You should use cash to pay for items instead of credit cards if you have the cash. Negative. I touched on that before.
Right.
Use your cards. Always use your cards because they build reward points on them, and you can leverage them.
And then pay them down with the cash.
Yeah, and just pay them down with the cash. Right. You want to just keep your utilization below. I always say below 10%, but you know the average is 30%. Keep it below 30%, you'll maintain, but you won't grow as fast if you keep your interest your utilization below 10%. It'll grow a lot faster. You'll create a snowball effect. I always like to try to keep my utilization down around 8%. Keep it around 8%, you will see the snowball effect. You'll see it grow a lot more faster.
And you can keep Pookie and Ray Ray from trying to steal your money out your wallet,
That
out your
too.
purse.
That too. I don't even carry cash. Shit. I can't take last time I only time I think I use cash is if I want to go somewhere and I want to tip somebody. You
Right,
know?
right.
And shit, even then, shit, you can use cash. But anyways, they have it. All right, so and the last one that I put on here, you should be your let's say it's supposed to say you should pay off your balance every month if you can afford it, if you can afford to. Right now, you don't want to pay it all off. You want to leave a little balance left. Like I said,
Yeah,
keep it around utilization a little about 8%, and that would create that snowball effect that I was just talking about.
because they want to see working credit.
They want to see, yeah, they want to make sure that you have the discipline, and not to mention, as long as you owe them and you build, you keeping your credit cards low. I mean, yeah, you're paying a little more in interest, but guess what? In the long run, when you're building it up, so you go from having a card that was only 1,000 and you increase it to 5,000, and then you increase it to 15,000 and then 30,000. That's what you be able to do. But you only can do that is if you carry a debt from month to month. Remember, I said own debt, not owe debt. And as long as you own it and not owe it, it's a difference, right? Owning debt is debt that you could pay off if you wanted to, but you don't choose to do it, and that's owning it. Owing debt, when you owe it, it means you can't afford to pay it off, right? And you paying very minimum every month to month, and that can hurt you because then your credit card, you will see that your balance will not be dwindling down. It would
Not
actually
going
be,
nowhere. Yeah.
yeah, or going upwards, right? So that's it for uh the Wealth Wednesdays for today. You know what I mean? That's just a little tidbit. Like I said, and we're gonna give you a little bit every week, every Wednesday, right? Every week, every Wednesdays we're gonna tap into some of those things for you. All right.
Give you a little something.
All right. Now, D Mac, you got anything you want to talk about the life insurance? Something that you didn't talk about? Just give them a little something that you didn't speak on last week.
Well, and I'll dive deeper into life insurance myths and stuff as well.
Hmm.
Uh, People don't understand it. There's three types of life insurance out there. Um, there's term insurance, and term insurance is uh, just like it sounds. It's for a certain amount of time, and
What's the average amount of time? What's the average amount of time that term life insurance?
so there's different ones. You got a 10-year term, 20-year term. Some companies have a 25, and some go all the way up to 30, a
Okay.
30-year term. Okay, depending on what carrier you use and things like that. Um, 10-year terms, I never really see the commercials you guys see where they say, "Oh, it starts at $9 a month or $10 a month, and you can get up to $50,000 and all of that stuff." If you had time enough to read that fine print at the bottom, those are those are for 10-year terms. Okay, so um, on a term policy, you can outlive your term,
Hmm.
right? And because there's no cash value in a term policy, that money that you spend, it is gone. It's just gone. Okay. So to me, a 10-year term is not really the
Not don't
smart.
seem smart unless you plan on dying within before
Yeah,
10 years.
exactly. If you're gonna outlive the term, don't don't get that 10-year. And yeah, that's what they advertise, and that's gonna be the cheap one. And then when you call them up, they're gonna say, well, you're 30 years old. You're gonna outlive this. You don't want to be 30 years old and get a 10-year term because you do plan on living past 40. You
Right.
know, um, if if you can get yourself a hold of a 30-year term, that's fantastic. Let me tell you why 30-year terms are smart. Okay. Uh, let's say you are, I don't know, 25, 30 years old. You and your wife just bought a house. Okay. And you probably plan on having some children,
Oh, dear.
or you have a kid or two, right? A 30-year term is also the same amount of time as what? Your mortgage,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you get a term policy for the 30 years for the amount of your house. Something happens to you, your wife can still pay off the house or make payments on the house. She doesn't have to, you know, move out because she can't afford the house anymore, right? So that makes sense. It also makes sense if you have kids, newborn kids all the way up to 18 years old. It's cool to have a term policy so that something happens to you, you can still send them to college. They still got money. If your wife can afford the house note and all of that, she can still send your kids to college based on the amount of term insurance you get. Term insurance you is a um, is cheaper for a large amount of death benefit. For instance, you might pay $50 a month for $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, so in those cases, term policies can be great. Don't let anybody tell you that all all life insurance is good insurance. Don't let anybody tell you all that's a bad investment. Like I said, the 10-year term, that's probably the least smart of any of them, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, to do that.
And it's
But
cheaper. It's cheaper the younger you are, right?
absolutely, absolutely, and yeah, we can really get into the weeds on that. There are age bands,
Mm-hmm.
and when you cross through those age bands, the amount goes up. And it's all based on mortality rates,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with the term policy if you know what you're using it for.
Absolutely.
If you're using it for the right thing, or you got the right thing in mind, there's nothing wrong with the term policy. And some people, because terms have no cash value, they'll do both. They'll do a term policy and a permanent policy. And the permanent policies are the universal lives and the whole lives, and I'll dig into those a little deeper down the
Right.
road as well. But um, you know, it's not a bad thing to have a term policy. Like I said, if you know what you're using it for and you're using it for the right reasons, and getting the right amount, and I'll really dig into figuring out what your amount is in some other episodes as well.
Okay. That's that, and that's a little. Like I said, we're gonna touch on it a little bit as the channel grow and we get more people in here and we can start. You guys start having questions or whatever. Hey, look here. We always tell you bring your damn notebook and pencil. For with D-Max comments at the end anyway. But shit, this is some shit you really should be writing down anyway if you don't know this type of stuff. This is how we trying to help you. I always
Yeah,
say, help me,
help me,
help
help
you,
you,
help you.
help
You know
me,
what
help
I'm saying?
you.
Now there is a couple of reasons why if you do that, you would want to cancel, especially if you married, and a couple of reasons, like if it's one of those big policies and your spouse all of a sudden start cooking you food that they ain't ever cooked before, or if they all of a sudden want to go bungee jumping and shit like that, that's when you got to cancel because something bad about that. I'm just
Hey,
saying.
you know what though? You know what though? The one thing you can control about a life insurance policy is the beneficiaries.
Yeah, yeah.
Because just because you're married to someone doesn't automatically make them the beneficiary.
You know what I'm saying? For sure, for sure.
So
Hey,
yeah,
look here. I'm gonna play y'all a little short video, man. Y'all tell me what you think. This is some of our new little stuff we just put out there. We did like a little video for this, and y'all give me a comment and tell me what y'all think about it.
sunshine. Those days I still remember. Papa coming home from work, and Mama still cooking in the kitchen. He said, pour me up a drink, and that's when he started reminiscing. Turn Marvin on, throw Smokey on. We even played a little New Edition. Good times like KJ. You can be my Walona. Nights like that. I wish you would rest. Let's go back in the day. Let's go back right now. Like the Jacksons and Marvin Gaye. Let's rain down. Money makes the world go. I just gotta hold my ground. I just gotta hold my ground. The same old songs on the radio. The same. Remember back in the day with the diamond in the back, we was cruising down the avenue. Cruising, high time fades on a low cut wage. You know how we used to do. With the backyard parties where the fun gets started, and we can't forget the barbecue. Everybody related. Ain't it funny how time flies like having fun? I just wanna go back to when we were young. Good times like KJ. Good times only with the good vibe. Nights like that. I'm wishing for a sunshine. Show me what it like in the day. Like the Jacksons and Marvin Gaye. Let's slow down. Can you remember? Money makes the world go round. I just gotta hold my ground. I just gotta hold it.
All right, man. That's back in the day, man. Degato the Great, the gift. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, he is great too. So you know that's how that goes. D-Mac, what's your thought of the day, man? We can get up out of here.
Yeah. I had a little thought of the day hit me a little while ago. Some of this stuff come up on my Facebook memories and stuff. Said it a little while back, but the thought of the day is I will surrender you my life before I surrender you my soul.
Ooh,
Mm.
there it is,
Mm.
right there. I surrender you my life before I surrender my damn soul to you.
Ain't had that one.
Oh my God! It's a bluebird on my shoulder. Should I kill? All right, man. Look here. That's the Kanye show. That's our half an hour. You
Yes,
know what I'm saying?
sir.
We put it in Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Share content with your friends and your family. I appreciate it, man. Look here. We come at you tomorrow, Thursday's Thoughts. All right. Yeah, Freedom Friday gonna be funky. This I think I got an interview for lined up for y'all. That'll do it for us, and we out.
Peace.
Y'all be good.
Download my digital. I'm drowning in my machine.